Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are all doing exceptionally well. Got a bit of a runny nose. It is a absolutely insanely beautiful day today. It's not as clear skied, but it's certainly sunnier. I hope you guys are doing well. I had a really good session yesterday. I'm looking forward to today's session. Uploading these videos, I realized that it might have to be over a longer period of time than I was initially hoping for, because these files are big, man. Holy shit. It's taking so long to just upload them to YouTube, but I digress. I guess I'll have to leave my PC overnight sometimes or something. I'll work something out. Either way, today we've got my hair getting absolutely blown into my face. Sorry, it looks super, super rough at the moment. I've oiled it up, so need to rehydrate it and stuff after dyeing it. Anyway, today we have an upper body day. It's one of our longer upper body days. We've got a higher volume today. Got a lot of things that we want to cover, but that's okay. We're just gonna see how we do. Again, last kind of week now, well, it's the last few days really before Comic-Con, so we just want to have a good time, get some good progress if we can, all that kind of stuff. So on the menu today, we've got our primary exercises and our rotational exercises. So primary exercises are the ones that I do every Tuesday. Rotational ones are the ones that I'm swapping in, swapping out, depending on the week. So I suppose we'll go over the rotational ones first. Those 3 exercises, which I do 2 of each Tuesday, are tricep pushdowns, bicep curls, and overhead press. Now, originally I wasn't prioritizing the overhead press as much, so I basically do like bicep curls and tricep work, and then I would at some point swap over to like a tricep and overhead press, and then and then I'd swap back basically, because I was prioritizing more bicep and tricep, and tricep a little bit more than bicep as well. But now I'm doing it so I fully cycle them, so I do bicep, tricep, bicep, overhead, tricep, and then I cycle back, because I do multiple sets of each thing throughout the week. So I do multiples of, well, except for the overhead press, but that's okay. So I do bicep and tricep later in the week as well in the form of skull crushers and just another set of bicep curls. So for me, deprioritizing the overhead press, but just still getting a little bit, Jesus Christ, this car is moving fast. Get a load of this. That guy's moving way too fast. Or girl. Anyway, the idea behind that was I wanted to get some overhead press work, but the main things I wanted to work on were obviously my weaknesses, which are my biceps and my triceps. So that's a long story short of me saying that this week we have bicep curls and overhead press. Looking for trying the 22.5s again this week. I was barely able to eke out like 1 to 2 reps last week, which is crazy, but hey, that's how it be. So we're looking to get 2 to 3 reps if we can. If we can get 2 good reps on both arms, that's a victory for me. And then overhead press, we're going to be trying the 27.5s, although I probably won't be filming either of those exercises, so I'm not sure why they're relevant to you, but I thought I'd let you know, just because they're a bit difficult to film. Main things that we will be filming though, we have incline bench press, hopefully is our first movement, followed by our row variation, where we do an upper back row and then a shrug superset. And we also have some cross-body delt extensions, which you guys have seen before. So that's what we've got on the plate for today. And I'd like to do some aerobic work just on the bike or something at the end, because, calorie deficit, all that kind of stuff. It's the last week, why not, right? So that's what's on the chopping block today. How am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. My body feels pretty limber today. I'm feeling pretty ready to lift. So yeah, let's cut to the gym. I won't go over what kind of rep ranges I'm hoping for, because I'm looking to cut out time from the video where I can, because I know these ones are long. So let's get to the gym. Let's get pressing and working, and then let's get home and get this over with. Not that I don't enjoy this. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. We are warming up for our bench, our incline bench. We're warming up to, or working set is 77.5. So 77.5 minus 20 divided by 2. No, that's incorrect. 0.5. No, that is correct. Cool. So we're looking at adding another 8 kilos to this. in total. So we'll add a 5 and then we will be getting into the main set. I've been taking this pretty steady, but I feel like my pushing power is really quite good today. I don't feel like I've got too much, rotating going on or anything like that. So I'm really happy with this. So this will probably be our last warm-up set now. I know I didn't record the other ones, but that's okay. What we're mainly looking for this, because I do get more sensation in my right side, is just to make sure that we are having a really nice tempo, and I really want to focus on making sure that my eyes stay up. I oftentimes let my eyes come down to look at the weight, but cueing, very, really important. The weight will go where your eyes go. Keep them up, weight's gonna go up, right? Keep them forward, weight's gonna go out, you're gonna be all over the place. You may not believe me when I say that, but it's a cue for squats, so I don't see why it wouldn't be a good cue for incline bench. So this will be another warm-up set. Hell yeah. That was pretty good. Again, still some sensation in my right pec, but the blessing of filming these will be that I get to see how I'm distributing my weight. And I think I'm distributing it normally. I think I just have injury. So that's what the sensation is. It's not like I'm leaning more one way or I'm twisting, but we'll see. So, minus 20, minus 5, we've got 3.75. 3.75 seems to be like the place I've started idling. A lot of my current progress, I find that I'm at the 3.75 like little bit at the end. So that's interesting. That like maybe this is my maximum capacity at this, calorie amount. But who knows, that's a bit of just bro thinking, to be honest with you. What I'm quite excited about with this though is potentially cracking 80 kilos sooner or later. Because I remember when 80 kilos used to be my flat bench, like that's what I could flat bench. So that would be a super cool milestone to crack in the coming, not weeks, but months. So this is what we've got today. Now I'm gonna be resting up now, but I wanna talk you guys through some of the stuff as I always do. So let's talk about what we've got going on here. We are, I believe, aiming for 5 reps total, and to be honest with you, I was a bit skeptical previously, but I think I'm definitely gonna get 4 reps. Yeah, 5 reps is what we're aiming for, so that's good. Yeah, and let's just count up that we've got everything as well. So we've got 20 times by 3, plus 10, plus 2.5, plus 2.5, plus 2.5. Yes, that's correct, cool. So, about this. One of the things you really want to be careful with an incline bench is the transfer position, where you go from that bottom position back up. That's where a lot of people get injuries. However, with lifting, it tends to be that either poor technique or lifting too heavy. Now, what does that mean? Often people will describe that. From my experience, lifting too heavy is usually someone who's lifting like multiple plates. Especially on this, I think if you're lifting maybe 2 plates or more on this, you're lifting heavy. If you're on a flat bench, lifting like 3 plates is lifting really fucking heavy. And I'm talking like in that lower rep range type of thing, especially if you're doing like 1 rep maxes at that super heavy weight. Yeah, I can see why that would be the case. With regards to technique, if you're lifting less than that and your technique is fine, I don't think there'll be too much issue. But that's not to say it's impossible, but make sure you're warming up properly, make sure you do your, shoulder dislocations, your joint mobilizations, all that kind of stuff, just so that you limit the likelihood of that happening. Again, it's not like a hard and tested thing, because like JPG coaching, Taurus Pack the other year, like last year, I think it was Mike from the Trend Twins Taurus Pack, but he was, like that's 2 different examples. I know JPG is strong, but like he's not gear levels of strong, and so I assume it was more of a technical error, but you never know. So really do look after yourself. That's what warm-ups are for, is to test out the movement pattern that you're going to be doing. That's like one of the most important things that you can do. So what we're going to do now is just rest up, and we'll get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting into this. I'm going to go ask for a spot, but again, we're aiming for 5 reps here. 5 reps is what we want to work towards. I'm going to ask the spotter to really just let me get buried under the weight. I can handle it, but to not touch the weight before 5 reps. So, all about clear communication. Now we're going to go and get a spot. We have found a spotter, ladies and gentlemen. He's just on his way over. So, I'm looking to push for 5, but that 5th rep is going to be tenuous. The 4th one might look a little unsteady, but just let me fight for it. And if
you touch, like say if you're grinding it out and then it stops, do you want me to just give you a little touch to help?
Back up.
Just yank it up?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And what we're going to do is, so we're going to do that, and then I'm just going to take a little break, maybe like 10-15 seconds, and I'm going to try and go for 1 more rep. But then I'll do an eccentric for the 2nd rep. I'll just need a little bit of help back up. But we'll get to that after that one. No, it's okay. I'm good.
Oh, you push.
Okay, here we go.
Let's go. Drive!
Thank you so much. Right, we'll wait up a little bit, and then we'll do 1 more.
So help.
Thank you very much. That's the blessing of having a spot. It's just that you can grind out those last few reps, man.
You just feel that extra security with just so on time.
You just got it ready to go.
It makes you really push out.
I'm like, yeah, I don't need to worry if this comes down. Yeah. I'm just gonna send it. Yeah. So, this one, I'm gonna try and do 1 full rep, and then I'm gonna do an eccentric lower, and I'll just need some help to push back up. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much.
Will you?
Sensational. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thank you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what the gym is all about. Oh man. So that was a perfect example of, using the aids that are available. Not like that, but like the physical support that you can have as part of a gym community to, push past your limits. I'm certainly now an advocate in like the quite literal and whole sense that if you have people in the gym with you, which you should do, and you can ask one of them for your spot on some of your stuff, as long as you can articulate what it is that you want and explain it to them and if they're comfortable and all that. But I promise you, within the gym, there will be people who are comfortable spotting, and you just gotta ask them, man. Because I could be stuck on this kind of stuff, getting that 5th rep for absolutely ages, or I can ask some people to help me with that 5th rep, and eventually I'm gonna get it, and that's gonna be super, super awesome. So that was just a little bit of a thing for you guys. Don't let training alone get the better of you all the time. I get it. I like training alone too. It's brooding and mysterious, and you're there for you and you're grinding away. But trust me, man, there's so much more that can be brought out of you if you lean on others. Come on now, I know you watch anime. Lean on others, it'll make you stronger. Now then, we move on to the next thing. Looks like the row, which I would normally do next, is out of commission, so we may go somewhere else. But I'll catch back up to you with whatever we get next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just finishing up prep for our rows here. We're gonna put on number 5. We've gotten quite strong on these now, so We're gonna keep it going. Let's see, I need another 5 kilogram plate. We're working up to 117.5 on these, so it'll be just a little bit more than this. This will be our last preparatory set before we get into the main thing. So let's set this at a reasonable height. Cool. So we will be doing 117.5, which is the total weight, not the single arm weight, for hopefully 5 reps. Again, we've got that 3.5 that we're working with. These have been some of the most progressed exercises that I've been able to train since coming to this gym, which has been really good. I've had a lot of progress. I think I left my previous gym just about rowing 100 kilos, and now I'm up to 117, so that is really good. Also, I don't know if I've been saying 175. This is 117.5. Very different. So that's the weight that we've got on now. So we're gonna rest up for that. So let's just double check. So we've got 20 times by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 10, plus 5, plus 2.5, 117.5. So again, ladies and gentlemen, use the logbook. Logbook's how you progress. What does the logbook say? That'll tell you what you need to work on, where you need to work on it. Again, with the logbook, find the rep range that you want to work at, and you do that by lifting the weight and seeing if you like the rep range. For me, that's usually around 5 to 6 reps, or 4 reps if I can. I know I've been doing less than that, but that's old habit that I'm trying to work out. And decide on that rep range based on what you enjoy, and go from there. Have a little see about, and make sure that you guys are, I think you guys are just like, there we go. So for me, this is going to be going for 5 reps, and I've been sticking to the 4 to 5 rep range for this, for like my progress, but you could easily do 5 to 6 reps. Completely up to you. As long as you're not doing holy cardio, then you're probably putting in good work. And even if you are doing holy cardio, then hey, it may be the limitations of your current situation, in which case, what do I know? But this does put a smile on my face. I'm not, again, with this I don't really have an aim. Like, getting to the 3rd plate will be awesome when I'm able to do that, and then the 4th plate, and then the 5th plate, But for now, the fact that I've got so much progress, and one of the best things that I've found through progressing this is going from 15 to where I put on a 10 and I put on a 5, but I could put on a 15 kilo weight instead. That's a really cool moment for progress, in my opinion. Now, I'm just about ready to go. So what we're gonna do now is lock and load some music. There we go. Got Insomnia by Juno. And let's see, looking for 5 reps. Let's get the 5 reps. And remember, we're doing 5 reps of this, supersetted with 5 reps of shrugs, or however many shrugs I can do. So let's see how we do. we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's part 1 done. We've now got a little bit of rest and then we'll do another. Again, the fact that we've hit consistently more reps on this, a little more weight every time we've done it, oh, that's a blessing. You know, there's been frequent weeks where I've gone, you know, increasing by those 1.25 kilogram plates. And I've been doing 5 reps each week. And you know, it may be a sign that I wasn't working hard enough, but for me, it's a sign I'm just not that strong. So we're gonna keep getting better. See how we go again. This is a bit of a weird technique because it's a little different from a bent over row, but I'm getting there, I'm learning. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Job well done. You see, that's kind of the thing I want to make sure that you guys are aware of, is that, you know, I did, and again, we're in the logbook here, I just did 5 reps, 5 good reps at that. And yet, in spite of that, I had an extra 2 reps to give, like 2 full reps as well. And again, we're looking for that shortening of concentric speed, but not deliberately. We want to look for it, you know, as a result of, you know, the, not fatigue, but, you know, slowing down of the movement as we get closer to failure. So we did 5 reps with an extra 2, which is awesome. And we did the same for shrugs, 5 reps, an extra 2. That is some high quality work, ladies and gentlemen. And that's all there is to it, ladies and gentlemen. That means next week, you know, we've broken the 3.25 kilo curse. We are now going to be, I think, working at, what would it be, 117, should be up to 120, right? So that's exciting. 120 total, 60 kilos each side, right? Woo! Am I strong? Does that mean I'm up to, I think, yeah, I'm up to 3 plates next week. That's so awesome, man. And you see, that's it, is that you have to remember that I didn't go from 2 plates to 3 plates. I went from 2 plates with all of this. Oops. And this. And then I added an itty bitty weight, and that took me to 3 plates. That's how it works. Your progress will be made in 1.25 kilogram plates. So keep progressing, and you know, if you feel like you're not progressing at all, or you're not pressing fast enough, again, what does the logbook say? You know, when was the last time you increased weight or reps? And I'm talking weight by 1.25 kilograms, or reps by 1 rep, you know? If it wasn't, you know, if it wasn't for a little while, then you need to have a little look at your program. You're probably doing too much volume. You know, if I'm being completely honest, a lot of people do too much volume. So maybe have a little look at that, you know? Assess your situation and go from there. Why am I taking this off? A lot of people just like to leave these on because people tend to start with that. So in any case, ladies and gentlemen, on to the next thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we were able to find a nice little spot here for overhead press. We're loading up the 27.5s. I've never done this before. I have no idea how many reps I'm gonna do. So let's aim for, I don't know, 3 reps, 4 reps, I don't know. Let's see what I put in the program. So I put in press for 5 reps. So knowing me, an increase of 2.5 kilograms on a unilateral movement, I'm gonna put that for 4 reps instead of 5. And now let's have a see how we do. We've got Prima Donna locked and loaded. You guys are sleeping on Prima Donna, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I watched a TikTok video with it in like a little while ago, and since then I've been geeked up on this. So let's aim for 4 reps and we'll see how we do. Five reps, ladies and gentlemen. It appears doing these with stronger muscles like your shoulders, you can still preserve the expected number of reps. That's good to know. But 5 reps that's really good. I think I'm gonna keep it higher volume. So I'm gonna go for 6 reps when I do this in 2 weeks' time. And I think that's a very doable, series of progression. So that's quite exciting. Right, we're aiming for 1 more rep. Historically, I've gotten a lot more than that, but we'll see. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. All done. At least with that. Wonderful work. That's all there is to it, ladies and gents. So, how was that? Let's put it in the logbook. We did 27.5 for 5 reps with an extra 2. Wonderful. Right, on to the next thing. That was just a really good set. Very, very happy with it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're locked in. I believe we are working at 69 kilograms, but it's rubbed out, so I can't tell. This must be the most popular weight. Can't imagine why. So, we're gonna be doing this for 4 reps, that's the aim. And so far, this whole training session's been really, really good. Chest press was incredible, thanks to that kind gentleman who is currently moving some serious weight over there. My God. Other than that, we've had success on our rows, which has been excellent. So if we can get this for 4 reps, then the week after that, 5 reps. It's exciting stuff. So let's see how we do. We've currently got extras from the Guilty Gear Strive soundtrack. Finishing up, I think I'm gonna pass it over to the next song. This one, this is such not a workout set, but oh well. Communicating by Suyuko and Ken the Weeb. Actually, there's a verse that the lady sings that is just beautiful. I love it. But anyway, we're aiming for 4. This is so not a lifting song, but hey, I like the song. I think that was 5 reps. I don't know, I lost track. But if so, that's really good. You want a hand, man?
You want to be able to get a spot as well?
Yeah, absolutely, dude, for sure. Right, we're gonna go spot kind gentleman. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We just helped out the gentleman who helped us with our bench press. He hit, you know, serious amount of weight there, but always help out your gym friends, people. It's a community. We support each other, rely on each other, get stronger together. Now, if my music would play, that'd be excellent. Okay. Looks like we've skipped over to the Omni-Man rap cipher. Okay. Here we go. We're looking for 5, I guess, on this arm. Oh, good stuff, man. And for those who are curious, I did do my little extra one, but I did it off camera because I wanted to be quick, helping out the other gent. That was good. Looks like we are at 5. So next week we are going to be doing this for 6, or we're going to add a 1.25 to it. So we'll see which one we want to do. Whew. One more. And there's one more thing I think I've got on my program after this, and that's bicep curls. Let's see. Yeah, so actually, while I'm having a little rest, that's for 5. And yeah, that'll be the last thing I do, but otherwise, job well done. Let's wrap this up. Oh, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's done and dusted. Oh man. So 5, and I think that was, you know, 1 in eccentric. I honestly don't remember. I'm really quite spent. These ones where I do higher volume, like I'm doing multiple different exercises, they take a lot out of me. I wouldn't normally do them, but I've got a bit more time in my hands, and so I made it a priority. But you know, if I lose time, then I will cycle out my overhead presses. You know, I'll do them once every few weeks, but yeah, that's the job well done, everyone. Put it in the logbook. I've got one more set to do, but it's gonna be bicep curls, so you won't see that. And then we stretch out, head home. So I'll catch you guys on the way back. Boom shakalaka, ladies and gentlemen, we're all done. We're heading home. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening. Spent too long stretching out again, but hey, one of the luxuries of having time is that you get to spend it, so might as well spend it doing something productive, right? I also enjoy myself, so nothing wrong with that. Today's session was really wonderful. Again, it's the highest volume session that I do, which is, you know, its own thing. And definitely something I'll look back into, you know, come next week when I'm back on my normal routine, all my annual leave used up, new financial year and all that. But it's really nice to be able to use that much time. I do feel like it's a bit of a waste of time sometimes, but I mean, I'm getting progress, so how much of a waste can it really be? Those little thoughts in your head, they're telling you that you're not doing it right, you're doing too much, you're doing this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, I've chosen to do it, and it's working out for me. So that much we can say with certainty. The logbook says so. But today's session was really, really good. Incline was incredible. I definitely need to do pretty much all of my pressing. So my chest presses, my incline presses, I need to do with a spotter now. You know, there's a reason that is really good. I'd say my flat bench, I could probably not use one because I have the supports, but it's just something that comes with just them pulling little bits of the weight up at certain intervals. I think it'll be, because again, I'm very unexperienced with it, I think it'll make me really quite strong. So that's really exciting. And also, you know, that kind gentleman who I had spot me, you know, I didn't realize it. He's turning 19 like next Tuesday or next Wednesday. I thought the guy was my age. I'm 23. Maybe it's because I'm look younger, but that's crazy, man. He's lifting a lot of weight. He was, you know, doing 1 rep max deadlifts with 5 plates on each side, doing benches with 2 plates and like a 15. Guy is seriously strong. And so it really gives you a bit of moment to pause. Like the whole like I should be there argument always likes to creep its way in. But here's the thing to look at. Like that guy has been doing it, and that's fucking awesome, man. But you never know someone else's experience. He might have not, you know, moved, that might just be what he's got, right? He may not have injuries, he may not have other stuff, but at the end of the day, he is putting in the work with what he's got. Least I can do is put in the work with what I've got. But that's what I say, like, you know, don't look at other people, you know, or if you do, look at other people and admire them for their work, not in comparison to your work. If anything, all that should do is prove that you can be stronger, and that it should be a very easy process if you just follow the eat well, sleep well, train well, you know? Like, it should be that simple. So if people who are younger than you are lifting more than you, then it should be easy for you. So maybe drop the ego, have a look at what you're doing and realize why you fucked up. Just an idea. I know why I fucked up. I used to prioritize super heavy eccentrics for, like 2 to 3 years of training, which was like 2 to 3 years of, not progressing, because we now know that eccentrics in trained individuals not that great at developing hypertrophy. That makes sense. That checks out because I didn't progress. I just enjoyed doing them, and that's, its own thing. I give myself the pause and the appreciation that I went through that, but the concentrics is where it's at, and now that I'm learning to, enjoy concentric movement, I'm here, man. I'm here, I'm in the right place. So as long as I keep going, it'll only be a matter of time, man. Who knows, by the end of the year, I could be moving some serious weight. I could also be healed. I could have, recovered from injuries, whatever it may be. So never put yourself down, at the expense of your own, of others, I suppose. Not that I think that's the right assimilation of words there, but, other people's progress or results are theirs to champion. You still have all of your life to achieve yours. And even though the time frame may be different, you've had a good life, I hope. Or if you don't believe that, then change it. That's the real thing here. It's really quite exciting. But anyway, the rest of the session was incredible. I got to film the overhead presses, which were really, really good as well. Rows were exceptional. Again, I've been moving up that weight consistently, and I think next week we're on 3 plates, which is insane to think about. People have asked recently, how do I get a back like that? That's a really kind thing to say, first and foremost. Like the fact that I'm now someone who's in contention for having a good posterior, upper back physique. That's really, really lovely. But I just do the same movements, and I've been doing them better for like the last month and a half. Like again, I've increased what will be 20 kilos now of weight in the last like 2 months in like terms of what I've been rowing. And like that just happened. Like I don't know, maybe this is a more stable movement, it's easier to do, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I know that at the start of this year I was rowing 45s in each arm, bent over rows for 5 reps or so. And now I'm rowing 60 kilos in each arm as of next week for the same amount of reps. Like I've gotten stronger. It just doesn't matter how you slice it. So that's really wonderful. And that's a good thing about what, some good equipment can do for you. But hey, manage your volume appropriately. Remember that intensity is the highest driving factor of your growth, and then frequency secondarily to that. Well, and then recovery, obviously, but and where you eat. But that's a lot of other stuff. We're talking training specifically, intensity and frequency. And hey, I hit Here's the thing, is that yes, today was a session with really high volume, but also, you know, I hit progression, I made progress on every single exercise I did, or at least I learned something from every single exercise I did. The bicep curls, by the way, I learned a few things. Like my right arm was able to get basically 3 reps. My left arm could hardly get 2. And I was having a look at my technique, and in my right arm I was super hunched over, and in my left I was super laid back, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't been locked in, what the fuck? My technique isn't even standardized for this. So, things to learn. Either way, that's all from now, so let's wait until we get home, and then we'll go through, you know, what we've got for posing and stuff like that, and I'll just show you off, you know, show off that back that I'm so proud about. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right then, ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap this video up. Let's get the old shirt Meduda off and see how we're doing. Okay, I would say this is rather nice, rather feasible. You may have noticed I'm a little bit oranger in certain regions. It's because I've tanned up for, you know, the Comic-Con. You look better in photos that way. In any case, let's do some upper body poses. Do the freezer pose. Let's try and bring out these lats of ours. Good. Very, very good. Not bad at all. Get a side gesto. It's actually much better. I'm not like shying away. I'm able to get my full rotation. That's really good. Let's see how the other side fares. That's okay. I think I'm a bit blocky here. Might need to. That would be better. Good. Very, very good. Again, currently around like 84 kilograms. Whew. This is the back that no one's talking about. Just me. Let's see if we can coordinate our right side now with a lat spread. I haven't historically been that good. You see, I'm just kind of like, I don't really know how to push it properly, but let's have a see. There. That's it. Oh, I feel like that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Job well done. Thank you guys so much. Stay well, stay safe. See you in the next one.